Okay, there we go. We're live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Insta. Good to see you guys. Happy Monday. So, we're talking about something today that I think you love, which is practicing. How do you guys feel about practicing? You know that you should practice more than you do, right? But why is prioritizing practicing so hard? Do you suffer from that? Do you suffer and have what we call practice reluctance? Be honest. Type it into the chat. How excited are you to practice? Scale of 1 to 10. 1 is, I know I should do it. I just don't. My to-do list gets in the way. My other job gets in the way. You name it. Kids, job, family, exercise routine, whatever, gets in the way. Yeah. And so I don't ever do it. Now, a 10 would be, I have a practice routine that I'm committed to. I'm very accountable to it, whether it's 5 days a week, 3 days a week, whatever it is. And a 5 is like, well, I wing it. Sometimes I make time for it. Sometimes I don't. Okay. So type into the chat, how much practice reluctance do you have on a scale of 1 to 10? And then, like, how excited are you to practice? Like, does it feel like there's this thing hanging over you? Do you do everything else on your to-do list first? Fold laundry, pay the bills, do your errands, and then if I have time, I'll practice? Or are you like, oh, I'm working on this new song. I'm so excited. I'm going to come home and I'm going to practice right away. Like, what is your level of enthusiasm for practicing? And this is such a huge issue that so many singers deal with. So first of all, like, I don't want you to feel like you are alone in this at all. I mean, that is why this is our topic for today, because so many of you deal with practice reluctance. You know it's good for you. You know it's the only way for you to improve. And yet it's like, not prioritized. And guys, there are huge costs. Like, aside from the obvious, no practice, no improvement, right? But there's huge costs to the internal journey. When you're not practicing, you're not setting up resilience. You're not exercising those muscles of try and try again, fail forward, get up and do it again, get some data, right? So if you're not practicing, you're not setting up resilience. And if you're not practicing, you're not building the self-esteem or the confidence. You're just kind of in the muck of, I can't, I don't know how, because you're not doing it daily. So people that have practice reluctance, singers that have practice reluctance, the reason is because of their focus. So an example. Now, right now, if I were to show you videos of people in your exact car getting into a car accident and getting into car accident after car accident of car accident in your model of your car, and then I showed you fatal car wrecks of all the people who died in your exact car this year, how comfortable do you think you're going to feel about getting in your car, right? Like, if I talk to you about every recall, every piece that got overlooked, all the different accidents that have ever happened in that car, what will happen is that you're going to be focusing on a potential failure. You're not going to want to get in your car. The reason you don't want to practice is because your focus is on all the problems, just like focusing on all the accidents and all the fatalities, right? You are focusing on all the problems, which is why you don't want to practice. Everything that's wrong with your singing, everything that's difficult, all the challenges, all the hard sections of your songs, all the things you've got to fix. You're focused on all the problems and the potential failures, which is why you'd rather do just about anything else other than practice. Because every time you do, that fear of failure is triggered. And it just seems too overwhelming to tackle it all. So you don't. And so if I have practice reluctance, it means that I am too focused on me, my inadequacies, my fear of failure, and I'm forgetting why I sing in the first place. So most of us sing because we feel it's the best way for us to communicate our truth and share ourselves and our authenticity with another human on that level that is so much more pure and more visceral than what mere words can express. I think that's why most of us sing. I mean, it feels so good to just vibrate. Like I know for me, and like my house has like these huge ceilings where I am, and it's like that feeling that feels so good to just hear and say, it just like feels good to vibrate. Like I was listening to Charlie XCX. You guys know Charlie XCX, like total pop candy diva, right? My daughter's like totally into some of her songs. And so we were like cooking in the kitchen. We were playing some of her songs. And, it's just like 360, when you're in the mirror, you're just popping at me. And I'm just like, and it's just like feels good because as a singer, I don't feel like I'm expressing as much of myself if I'm just talking. Something about it. I think you guys understand what that's like. We sing because it's the best way for us to communicate our truths on that human level. We sing because we want to connect, because we have a message, or we want to heal, or we want to bring people together with our music and our voice, or we just want to feel that vibration because it just connects us to all that's greater than us. That's why most of us sing. And none of that is about you. It's about what you can express and give to another human that might mean more to them than you'll ever know. It's about that song that has helped them through the heartbreak, or that song that they danced to at their wedding, or me jamming with my daughter in my kitchen to 360, that song that they play for their baby at 2 a.m., or they sing to their baby at 2 a.m. when she won't go to sleep, but she'll quiet down when her mama plays your voice on her iPad. Like for most of us, that's why we sing. We give a concert, and that person who has a pretty stressful crap existence in their week, and they come to that show, and for 45 minutes or 2 hours, they are just transported and they are in their joy. That's why we sing. But when you have practice reluctance, you're not thinking about that. You're 100% internally focused on you, and you're forgetting the most important part about why you sing. You're forgetting about them. All the people who heal their pain with the help of your voice, all the people who need your songs to pump them up for their big game, all the people who will not hear a message who really need to hear it, all the people who just want to have some joy at the end of their week and come to a show, your focus is not on them. Your focus is on you and your overwhelm and your fear. So here's an example. You know me, I love my metaphors and I love my examples. Imagine you're afraid of heights. And there's a 10-foot board, okay? And at the end of this 10-foot wood plank is $100 at the end on the other side. So we lay the board on the floor, and you walk across the board, no problem, and you'll pick up the $100. Easy peasy. Now, raise that board 50 feet off the ground between two skyscrapers. $100 still on the other side. You gonna walk across it? Remember, you're afraid of heights. Hell no, you're not walking across that board. Your fear is telling you that $100, that is not worth the risk. Now, imagine your little baby toddler, your child, or if you have nieces, nephews, imagine your little baby toddlers on the other side of that 10-foot board, 50 feet off the ground between two buildings instead of a $100 bill. You're still 50 feet off the ground, and you know what will happen to your beloved toddler if you cannot get to them fast enough. Toddlers are not known for their balance. How quickly can you fly across that 10-foot board? Pretty quick, because now it's not about you. You're more focused on the little baby than on your own fear. Now, here's the truth. Most people will do more for other people than they will for themselves. Truth. It has been studied. The key to getting past practice reluctance is in focusing on those people whose lives, whose emotional connection, whose day will be affected because you sing. What are you robbing them of because you didn't practice today or write today or do whatever it is to get yourself and your voice in the best possible position to make a difference on a large scale today? When singers make that shift from internal, blinders to zoom out into that external focus, then you can't find practice reluctance on a map. It just doesn't exist. You can't wait to practice because you're focused on serving the world with your gifts. You're excited about practicing because you know it will enable you to reach even more people, touch even more lives, have even more connection with even more people. But for some singers, it's not so easy. For some of you, focusing on the people you want to serve with your talent can really stoke your doubt. Nobody will care what I have to say. How many of you have that? Like, if I don't do another show, if I don't record a record, nobody will care. Nobody will care nobody actually cares about what I say or how what I'm putting out there into the world. Like, air it out. Like, this is the safe space, guys. Tell me in the chat. How many of you have that like insidious mind weed in your head that's like, nobody would actually care what I have to say? Or why would anybody want to hear me when they can listen to XYZ famous singer? Why would anybody want to come to my show? Why would anybody want to listen to my record when they can just like hear Billie Holiday, or they can hear Pavarotti, or they can hear whatever, Beyonce, Mariah Carey? Like, be honest. Tell me in the chat. Do you think these things, even though you know that they don't serve you? Do these little weeds come in? What about this one? Well, I'll be judged. Sharing my gifts comes with being judged. So if I'm putting myself out there, I'll be judged. Like, how many of you have that? Tell me in the chat. The first way to shift these things is to claim and acknowledge, okay, I see that. And I'm putting it out there. I see that. Not making myself bad or wrong because of it. I see that. And so these are the things that are like the stinking thinking that will have you right back where you started in practice reluctance, spinning your wheels and going nowhere with your singing because of all these limiting beliefs. Guys, it is not enough just to work on your technique. You have got to understand how your mindset is sabotaging your ability to get where you want to go. In this case, by preventing you from practicing. Yes, you need a skill set that works for you. You need reliable technique. You need to know that you can deliver with your voice anywhere, anyone, anytime. And if you're not practicing, you're not going to get that. And so it's not enough just to have good technique, because if your mind is sabotaging you from going and doing the things that you need to get where you want to go, it doesn't even matter. How are you going to get good technique if the mindset is even preventing you from practicing with all this stinking thinking going on? Do you relate? Do you feel me? And most of the time, you're just too close to see what's really going on. Most of us are just too close to our own BS to see it. And that's why the singers who work in our intensive training program have such huge transformations, because they have experienced guides, experts mirroring back to them what they are otherwise too close to see. So don't get stuck in this vicious cycle, guys. Your voice, your talent matter too much. There are people out there who need you and who need to hear your music to touch them, to keep them going. The world has a Pavarotti. The world has a Beyonce. What they don't have is you. So do whatever you need to do the hard work, to get out of your own way so that you can serve them. And when you do that, success will follow in ways that you could never, ever have imagined. But what do you do to get out of your own way? What do you do? How do you do that? How do you get out of your own way? Because a mental shift is powerful, but without the strategy to complement it, it's not going to get you anywhere. And so that's what I'm here for. That's what my team is here for. That is the work that I specialize in and that my team specializes in, merging technical training with proven mindset training so that you know exactly how you are in your own way and exactly the steps to get out of it. So that's what I'm here for. And I invite you to book a call if you are done with practice reluctance, done with the stinking thinking and the limiting beliefs. Book a call with me. On this call, what you're going to do is we're going to get some clarity. We're going to get clarity around your current mindset, around your singing. We're going to understand how it's affecting your technique and your sound. And, you guys, this call is for serious singers who are serious about creating massive change and being successful in their singing careers. This is not for those of you who are newbies, who may have never, had any training before. This is not for those of you who are just starting on your journey. This is for singers who are out there, who have been auditioning and performing and recording, and there's a higher level for you because you're just not seeing the results of all of that in the form of the successful singing career that you really want. And so you need to understand how you're getting in your own way, both on stage and off, both technically and in your mindset. And so that's what this discovery call is for, is to get clarity on your current mindset around your singing, how it's affecting your technique, how it's affecting your sound, how it's affecting the ways in which you're acting on your own behalf or not, that serve or don't you where you want to go. And plus, I know that some of you might want my help in order to transform your singing and your career. And so if that's the case, we can discuss that too and see if it's a good fit for both of us. And if not, that is okay too. So I'm going to put the link in the chat for those of you who are really sick and tired and you do not want the next year to look exactly like the last, where you're still dealing with the same problems in your technique and in the trajectory of your singing career that you were dealing with in January. And you're doing everything you know how to do and still nothing is moving the needle. If that's you and you're serious about making a change, and you're serious about investing the time, the money, the energy, and the effort to do what you need to do to get to the next level, because you guys, it can be done. We have singers in our program who are doing incredible things every single day because they know how to get out of their own way and they have expert guides to help them. So I'm going to put the link in the chat in Facebook and in YouTube. It's going to be in the end card after the video, but we'll put it in there too. Melissa, I see you in the chat. I just clicked over to the window. Yes, getting out of your own way. It's all that. Okay, so I'm putting this here. All right, here's the link. There you guys go. And Melissa, look, I know you and you're well on your way and you're going to be working with us come January. I got you. And for those of you who are ready to make that commitment to yourself and the life that you want with your voice and your singing, that's what we're going to discuss on the call. And we'll see if it's a fit. And if it is, amazing. And if it's not, that's okay too. Okay, guys. Oh, I realized that I only put it in one place. Whoa, I need to go. So you guys, I'm such a tech tard sometimes. Okay, there is the comments, because I realized that those of you on Facebook group didn't see the link I just put in, and I want to make sure that you get it. Okay, so you guys, this is my invitation to you today, really, which is just like understand that like practice reluctance is a thing. We've all experienced it. Start to connect to things outside of you, your big why, understanding what's at stake, who gets the benefit of this. It's not just you. And then it's so much easier to get your ass in gear. And sometimes it can be really hard when you have limiting beliefs. And that's what we're here for, is to help you get out of your way in the ways that you can't see with your technique and with your mindset. Okay, for those of you watching in the Facebook group, here is that link. And there'll be a little form to fill out. Just, oops, why is it telling me something went wrong? Whoops. There we go. Let me do this again. And hello to Darlene and Akron. Good to see you on here. Okay. Let's do this again. Okay. It's telling me that in the Facebook group, something went wrong. So oh no, now I see them. Okay, good. Technology. What can you do? All right, everybody. Thanks for bearing with me. And I hope that you got something out of today. Go practice and figure out what moves you to enjoy it. Connect to those things. And then I'll see you back here. Oh, and we also, just because I would be remiss if I forgot to tell you guys, we're doing our last Pro Singer Career Accelerator Masterclass series coming up starting November 14th. 7-day online free Pro Singer Masterclass series to help you to kind of understand what it is like to train in this new way. So we're going to be doing live, hands-on training. We're going to do a lot around breath support. We're going to do a whole day on resonance. We're going to do a whole day on finding your unique artistry. We're going to do a ton of mindset work. Some of you have been to some of these that we've done sporadically throughout the year before, and they're always game changing, always. Because the way that me and my team train singers, it's very non-traditional. And I can talk about how we work until I'm blue in the face. And sometimes for some of you, it helps to just experience that there is a different way that gets better results much more quickly. So that's why we do these. So I'm going to also put that link in here for you guys so you can register. Again, it's free. Don't be one of those singers who's like, oh, nobody ever supports singers with free stuff. I'm literally giving this to you. And you know how many people register for this and like then they don't even show up? Don't be one of them. When the universe gives you a gift, take it. So here, this is the November Pro Singer Career Accelerator Masterclass series. Don't you like how I sing when I type? My daughter makes fun of me about that all the time. Register. There we go. Okay. Copy, paste. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to put it also in Facebook for you guys. Okay. Perfect. So you have lots of calls to action here. You can come to the free workshop. If you need to get clarity on all of this and you want to have a discovery call with me, use the link in the chat also, book that call. And you guys, we're so full of free resources, and free resources can get you like that little shove, but if you really want fast transformation, like some of our singers, Marie Levin is now performing in front of thousands of people. She booked a solo tour. She is a Reba McEntire tribute artist, and she just finished our program a month ago, and she's like a house on fire. Joseph Bostetter is booking lead roles in equity shows. Like, this shit happens. Oops, sorry. This happens when you have mindset and technique. You have a community of accountability. You have experts who are not letting you fail and holding you accountable to everything you say you want. And that's what we're here to do. So come experience, get some tools, and then make a decision. Are you ready to put the full force of your time, money, energy behind your dreams? And if you are, book a call with me, because we'll, see if it's a fit to work together. Okay, guys, bye. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.